Yes, we are live. Good evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us again on the fifth episode of the Armchair. Yeah, we've made it to 5 episodes, guys. Can you believe it?
Not bad, not bad.
Right, yeah. We haven't got cancelled yet. If it was possible to be cancelled, we may have been cancelled already. It does not matter because I can say I'm super excited for this show. I'm so excited that I'm forgetting to introduce my friends. Okay, so first, as always, besides me on the screen, we have Avinesh. Avi, how are you, bro?
I'm good. How are you, Logan?
Hey, I'm good, man. I'm good. I said I'm excited. And guys, I think last week we got some viewer feedback lah, the weeks before
I'm
this.
sorry for laughing.
I know.
It was the first comment that
Azraai.
I saw. I see Benny has made an improvement at his back.
No, exactly. He's made an improvement, guys. Because if you realize that Azraai mentioned a few weeks ago, you should have bought an armchair. Benny is on the armchair. Benny is on the armchair. So
No,
there you go.
it's only for this episode. For the next episode, I'll go back to the same place again.
You never know. But you see, you ask and we deliver. You know, the reason why is because we try to do things the right way at the armchair. You know, when we needed to talk about grassroots football, we brought in the experts. We brought in Padang Bola Sepak. When we wanted to talk about national football, we brought in the national player. Kenny was with us that day, you know. This week, we want to talk about the Super League. We want to talk about Malaysian football. So we realized the best person to talk to was someone who not only has played in the league, but someone who has won the league. And then we went one step further. We got someone who has not only won the league, but won the treble twice, back to back, consecutive years. Can you imagine? I mean, honestly, it is our honor, it is our privilege to welcome an icon of Malaysian football, a former national player, the double-treble winner. Coach Azraai Khor Abdullah is with us today. We are just so happy to see you, Coach. How are you, sir?
Fine. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, Coach.
Good evening,
Welcome.
Coach.
Good evening, Coach.
Coach, should you prefer if we call you Coach or Sir?
Yes.
Coach, huh?
Most humblest man on the street. Honestly. Thank you so much, Coach. Before we start today, we want to kind of remind everyone to send in your questions. There's not a lot of times where you can get someone of this prestige and pedigree to talk to us lah. So please send in your questions. Coach has said he will answer as many as he can, hopefully. We also want to remind everyone once again to follow us on Twitter, FB, IG, YouTube, wherever you can follow us, because we love to hear your feedback. We love to get any questions you may have. And before I ramble on any further, I want to start the first question to Coach lah. Made him wait for so long. Coach, before we get into the league, your thoughts on the Charity Shield that just passed by. What did you think of the game between JDT and KL? And what can you learn from that game for the rest of the season?
Okay. For a new season, before the season start with the Charity Shield, to me, I watched the live the other night, and then to me, JDT is still a great team. And then they will be there, I think, for the new season. I think they will be doing the same thing season by season, especially for the Super League. And then based on the game the other night, I think the first half especially, I think about 80 to 90% of the ball possession, they were controlling the team. And then we see Kuala Lumpur was defending all the ball. And then what impressed me was that all the way short passes, short, long, and then with a lot of penetration passes. Perfect. To me, 70 to 80% in a game is already very good. And then with the new signing, especially the way he scored the goal, very well placed. And then I was very impressed with our young boy there, Afif Ahmad. Oh, what a game. You give him space, he just go in and then he can take on. I think the left back of Kuala Lumpur that night is having a nightmare with him.
Yeah.
Yes.
He had a nightmare.
He had a nightmare with him. He can't even take on him. And then especially the second goal with his crossing coming in, cut in, and then straight away to Faiz and so on. So to me, a new season looks like very well prepared. I think this is what I think everybody, we don't need to mention. This is what I think TMJ wanted. Good preparation and then good outing on the pre-season games in Dubai and so on. And then this is where if you manage a team and you have a team, this is the kind of team that I think any players would like to play for. And it's really proven again, even with the Charity Shield, Piala Tunku Ahmad Shah, they have already proven the full game there. It is going to be their season again.
Coach, you mentioned a lot of things about JDT. In the the post-match press conference, Coach Benjamin Mora said he wishes for total domination in terms of the way they play, the way they win games, the way they dominate opponents. He wants total domination. The question I would like to ask you is it possible to sustain that kind of mindset for the whole season? Because JDT, as we know, will be playing the AFC Champions League, and then they'll be playing the Malaysian Super League, the Malaysia Cup, FA Cup. Is it possible to sustain that kind of mindset for that one whole season?
Possible because of all the team you must see JDT, not only their first 11, the players on the bench is equally good when they put in. And then I had the experience having this kind of thing when after winning my first treble, 2007, 2008, we were in the AFC already. Playing in the AFC, you have to manage weekdays and then weekend games here and there. With the players, the pool of players that you have, nothing is impossible. I've already proven. I think teams like JDT is kacang to them. Provided you must plan your game. You must plan your game by game, tactically and strategies. Because you're meeting different opponent, and then in the middle of the season, when the AFC game coming in the hectic this one, you must know how to adjust, and that is where you must see the ability of the coach, how good he is. But to me, possible. In football, nothing is impossible.
Okay, Coach. Earlier you said that JDT is well prepared and so on, right? So, how excited are you for this new season? Is it very predictable JDT going to win the title, or is there going to be any battle in the title for the title?
Believe it or not, I still think JDT will nominate the whole thing.
So it's not going to be excited.
Because based on if you see new season coming in, you read news about all the teams preparation and so on. Most of the team is just lebih kurang here and there, and then I watched a few friendlies here and there. So the performance of the team is you can expect if this kind of a level if you don't improve, of course there are still rooms for improvement, but you need to come to a certain level to match a team like JDT in the league.
Okay. So, Coach, there are some teams that really have gone out and made huge moves in the transfer window. I suppose, you're looking at people like Melaka, you're looking at Sabah, these kind of things. Are there any teams that you think can be dark horses that maybe can cause a little upset here and there?
Of course, last season we have already seen PJCT. Maniam has done a good job. He has taken a few top teams, take some points away from the top teams here and there. And then with the new season coming in, I think PJCT will still be one of the dark horse. I believe in the players because you must see all the unknown players, but you must see how they play in the field. It's a very good example of even a team comprised of local players, they still can perform if you got the guts.
Speaking about guts, Coach, what about the other teams? Like, for example, last season, Terengganu beat JDT. And then we have teams like Kedah finishing second and all that. These sides, are they capable of, challenging Johor in the upcoming season?
Yes, possible because Terengganu for the new season, so they have made some new changes, especially bringing in their new players. I think last season Nafuzi has done a good job, and then I think and then based on the preparation, his pre-season, the quadrangular game here and there, I think it's quite a good side this season.
Got a good side this season. What about Kedah?
Kedah.
Kedah.
Very much talk about they talk about the new signing, the top striker there. Until now, personally, to me, he hasn't proved that he's that good yet. But I think we will have to wait for a few games to see him how he feel in, and then again, sometime you bring in a top striker there in the team, you cannot expect that he gonna do well because football is an 11-man game, and then you must see that is a playmaker supplying a good ball to him, then the players assist him, the crossing coming in or not. These are the things that you cannot say that you buy one top striker, then you're expecting him to do everything. No, because this is experience. We are talking about experience. And during my days, we brought in Malon. I saw Malon when he was even playing for MKLN. I was very impressed the way he played. And then finally, when I got him, and again, I got Nelson San Martin, who is very good in supplying all the killer pass here and there. So for a good striker, you need somebody equivalent good, understand him, feed him all the ball here and there. That make him a star. But with only one player there, you don't have good players to assist him. It's nothing also. But so far, until now, I haven't seen much of him. But I think hopefully that he can get his touches, he get his momentum.
Okay, coach. What about the relegation battle? I mean, how ugly do you think it will become? So we have a new team coming in, and then usually the way we predict relegation battle in the Malaysian League team and other financial problem, they are so what do you think?
That's for sure. And then new season starting, we do not know how many teams can sustain until the end.
Yeah.
No, to sustain the long league is a problem also. And then some management, and then our Malaysia, they are special skit with some political influence here and there. PRU coming in, maybe not some. You see? So that influence the financial side of the team and so on, yet to be seen. But to me, it's too early to say because in Malaysian League, anything happen.
Yeah, true.
Coach, I will just put up one of the questions from our viewers today. So he thinks, Azri thinks Sabah might surprise us, especially with Dato' Ong Kim Sui at the helm, along with a number of notable players. So what do you think about them, their chances for the coming season?
The possibility is there. The possibility based on the players and in some experienced players. The intention of Ong Kim Sui, I think he start communicate with most of his players who are with him in the SEA Games 2011, I think. With Batul Bakhtia and a few players there, hoping that he can do something there. And I do hope also that they can do. Local players, why I think they are already quite good enough. The only thing is that the 5 imports will make a lot of difference. So far in the quadrangular game, so we don't see much yet, but it is always too early to predict and too early to see. So we have to allow them time to settle down, and then maybe after the quadrangular game or all the friendlies, so surely the coaches should know by now where to improve, where to back up, and so on.
Coach, speaking about pre-season, coach, you mentioned about quadrangular tournaments and all that. I just want to ask you this question: like, how important is pre-season? Because we have seen some fans the way they've responded to some of the team's performances. They're like, kalau main macam ni pun season pun akan naik. They have that kind of perception, that kind of mindset. So for you, as a former coach, do you see pre-season as an important precursor to what things are going to happen in the season?
Yes, of course. Pre-season is there where after a period of training, you have your training, and then it is where you like to test the combination of your players, maybe according to your formation of play, and then the combination plan A, plan B, and so on. Of course, you need all that. But the only thing is that pre-season training when you take part in the quadrangular game. You will end up maybe one day you play, one day you rest, or some team you play every day or so. And then there are some teams. So I noticed in the preseason, every alternate days they play friendlies, and then to the team have time for their conditioning, strength training, whatever, so on. These are the things very important. So it's not only to play or let your players play 11 versus 11 with the opponent and so on. At the same time, you have to think in terms of, conditioning of the players, how your pre-season training, if the players, the coach has got the knowledge of sports science, and then this is where periodization of the season and so on, pre-season, in the season, maintenance and so on, off season. So these are the things very important. And then pre-season training means, the quadrangular one to me is more like testing your combination and so on. But you have to be very careful in terms of, at the same time, you have to prepare the strength of your players. The fitness, everything, conditioning.
So, coach, I have like a question. I kind of just thought of this as well. We've talked about the league in like a micro sense, but in the big picture, when you have a team like JDT dominating for multiple years, is it good for the entertainment factor, or is it bad? Will people get bored, or do you think it actually improves the league? Because let's say to beat JDT, the team that beats JDT has to be a very high standard. So is it good for the game? Is it bad for the game?
This is all professional football all about. You see in Europe, some big team dominating all the while, Barcelona, Real Madrid, and then all these other things. The only thing is that depend on the teams that are taking part in the league. There, how you going to upgrade yourself? How you want to put yourself into the picture? How you going to put yourself into the limelight? Because professional football is not about the game only. A lot of things, advertisement coming in, and then there's some other team that it's business actually. It's business.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good point, like. Sometimes you don't think about the other side.
Other side of football.
Yeah.
Sorry. During your time as coach, I'm sure you are aware of marketing, sponsorship, and all that. From your time till now, do you think has it improved in Malaysia? Do you still think that some clubs are lagging in that sense, understanding the whole idea of professional football?
In terms of marketing, actually, I don't see much team understand. So sometimes, especially the management of the team, we comprise. Sad to say, we have to agree. When any team before our privatization, also when run by the politician here and there, you see what is happening and so on, which I expected after my playing days. I became a coach. I expected something in football that I'd like to see one day that Malaysia go back to Olympic again, or maybe like our national coach say we wanted to go to the World Cup.
Right.
These are the things. So it is more of people managing football in our country, in our league, and so on. People must have that kind of the people with knowledge, with passion. That during my days, I was very lucky to work alongside with the late Dr. Basri, who has got fantastic ideas and then a very good character, and he has got passion about football. That's already proven that we have what we have achieved. That's a double-treble until today. Proper planning, and then with all the new ideas, and they start. I think during our time, I remember once we before the second window, we went to Brazil to look for a new player. So we went until to Porto Alegre, the southern state of Brazil there, to look for players from Ronaldinho's agency.
Oh wow.
Yes, Ronaldinho's agency. That time, his brother Roberto Assis was the managing director there. So we went there 16 days there, looking for players here and there. And then that's where we learned a lot of things also. We visited Grêmio, we visited International, see the setup there, how the apprentice train, how the grassroots, how the development and so on. And Dr. Basri is being famous. He's very good in development and so on. Come back with some ideas, and then I came back with the ideas that we were even going with the working paper that we wanted to have our own training ground. Belum privatization, we already had that idea. Me and Dato' Basri wanted to locate from the state government a piece of land with 3 artificial field, 3 grass field, and then 1 artificial field with a clubhouse, with the gymnasium, everything, cafeteria, all there. So these are the things that being in the management with people like that, you must have this kind of thing. Kalau benda tu jadi, I think Kedah will be the first team. We had our own training field before JDT lagi lah. But that thing never.
But coach,
impian tak jadi kenyataan. Very sad to say. And then these are the things lah. I mean, people in the football management must have this kind of passion and all that for the sake of football, not for the sake of a glamour ke apa ke, I don't know. It's not. So that's what I see lah.
Okay, coach. But the thing is, even with the privatization, there are still some teams suffering with the even like benda-benda kecil, gaji, masalah gaji pun masih ada. So how do you think actually privatization actually help our teams in the league? So we changed from we thought that if we go to the privatization, things will improve, like team like JDT. So we thought something will improve, but look at Perak. Ada lagi masalah gaji. Ada lagi we had rumors, we had complaints that they are still ada masalah gaji. So what do you think?
Definitely, I feel very, very sad for Perak because I have been there also. Very, very sorry for them. And then the only thing, like what you said just now, masalah gaji is always when you take over the FC, orang kata like the Malay proverb, ukur baju di badan sendiri. You cannot afford. Why you must sign all the expensive players here and there? It ended up one thing, malu, kan? Malu, and then at the same time you have to think in terms of the welfare of the team official, the coaches, the players. You know, they have got the family to take care. These are the things on. Jangan ingat shock nak masuk by you want to be somebody there, you want to be a CEO, you want to be the manager here and there. Ended up malu. So these are the things lah. I mean, you want to compare yourself with JDT? No, you all cannot do what TMJ can do. You have to be very, very realistic.
Yeah.
He has got passion, he has got power, he has got everything.
Coach, back to the Super League for this season's preview. I mean, I've gone through press conferences, I've spoken to several coaches. A lot of them, they have targeted top 5. You know, and I was thinking, why are these coaches, targeting top 5? Why is there this pessimism that, they cannot, maybe hit top 3, top 2, or even who knows, try to upstage JT or something like that? Why is that happening?
Maybe they've seen too much of JDT. What JDT can do? I mean, even in our league, even I myself, I've been in football for so long. But what JDT is doing today, no team can touch them. Actually, I tell you, to be very, very frank, the approach, how TMG carry himself with the team, the bonding of the team is very, very important, and how the welfare of the players being taken. For any local players, anybody would like, if you get an offer to go to JDT, you think you don't want to go? Tengah malam you angkat bungkus, right or not?
True.
Right.
Yeah.
You see all the players which we have been, they have been with the JDT, the player who was with me last time. Ideal there, our Kunalan there, all that, they are doing very well. So happy for them. Farizal Malias, all that. So happy for them. Especially Kunalan, when I was with him in Negeri Sembilan 2 years, already national team, he come not happy with the salary, and then so what happened? No. Hey, your day will come. So I always used to joke with him. Nambalakum kalam waram.
By the way, what coach said was, our time will come. Your time will come. I said true. It's true. Well, coach, okay, speaking about the Super League, I mean, have besides JDT, have any teams caught your attention in terms of their signings, the way they have prepared themselves, and all that?
So far, of all the team, there's still some loopholes here and there, and then so far, based on the night I saw in the Sultan Ahmad Shah Charity Shield, you cannot touch them. Very frank.
Okay, then coach, your prediction, I mean, how would it go? Your number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. Who do you think will start? Or is it too early for you to assess?
Too early. Because for this new season, especially the friendlies, the particulars here and there, team has not been performing to a certain up and down, and maybe some of the team is not settled down yet. Like what Kuala Lumpur, especially Boyan Hodak, he himself admit that the team is not fully prepared yet. Actually, so these are the things that. But as time goes by, I really hope that they keep on improve, and then of course, after taking part in a few quadrangular tournament organized by some teams, and these as coaches, surely they have already know their weakness here and there, and then where to improve and so on.
Okay. Coach, I mean, we've talked about the teams a bit already. How about the players? Are there any players that you're really excited to watch in this coming season?
To me, as what I said just now, the Johor young boy there, Afif.
Right.
Arif.
Really, I mean, he really impressed me with his talent, and then he suits well with the senior players, and then with the foreign players, and then he has got the character. Really.
We give you like another challenge, coach. Maybe besides JDT. I mean, because we know they are all at different level. Anyone outside JDT?
The only thing can come as near, I think, it would be Terengganu.
Okay.
It would be Terengganu.
Terengganu, how would you assess the local players there? Because some of them are pretty exciting because they're players like Faiz Nazir, Faisal Alim, and then, the youngsters there are quite promising. So looking at those players, do you think they could maybe have a stronger impact this year after 1 year with Terengganu?
Yes, definitely. Based on last year's performance, also the same, because I've been in Terengganu. I was with the team there. They have got their good football development programs, especially the Belia team. Their President Cup team has been performing very well, and then coached by all their ex-players and so on. And then even some players playing outside Terengganu also, especially the right back in Kuala Lumpur. We see how is he playing.
Kamal Azizi. Okay.
Yes. These players, he was playing under me when I was coaching the T team in 2014. These are, I think, a team to watch.
Was Safawi there when you were coaching T team?
Yes, when I was coaching the T team, he was playing for the T team President Cup. And then during some occasion that I pull him up there to play in my team. That's why I saw him. He's got a very good
Left-footed shot.
free kicks, and then that's what he is today. Look at him. He's talented from those days.
What about your former player Badrul Bakhtia? Because we know he has been with Qatar for so long. Now he has joined Logan's team, Sabah. So your take on him moving to a new state? How is he going to adapt? And at his age, what do you think he could provide?
I think it's not a problem for him. As I know, Badrul Bakhtia, I played him at the age of 17 in Kedah. And then now he's already 16 years with Kedah, serving 16 years, and then already a legend in Kedah actually.
Yes, he is.
And then a very pleasant character. He knows how to carry himself, and then respect people, elderly people especially. And then for me, he don't have any problem, I think, in Sabah, because he was with Ong Kim Si in the national team and so on. And then with his best friend there, Rizal Ghazali there, and then all senior players with Amri Yahya and few there, I think he don't have any problem. And I wish him all the best for the new season.
Okay, gosh. Talking about players, okay. Sekarang ni most of the team they try to find the service of naturalized players. Okay. So what is your take on this? Will this affect our local and young players? Because we see a lot of teams try to bring players daripada just born in Malaysia cukup terus bawa daripada wherever he's playing, they just bring him inside. So what will it affect our local players and young players?
Definitely it effect, especially this time of the year. We have seen our national team, so-called national team, but in the league they don't have enough minutes to play also. And then all because most of the team having a neutralized player, and then the opportunity for them to perform in the league also tak ada. So how you going to perform in the international game? And then this is we are talking in terms of our football. Bola sepak kita, maruah kita is very important. I think this one FAM have to take note seriously after, especially we failed in the AFF Suzuki Cup and our under 23 lately we lost to Laos and so on. So damage already done. To me, we have to wake up. We have to start from A to Z again.
Okay, coach. Now we have import players and also now naturalized players. I mean, the other import players, and then with Samo they're bringing in. They're considered import also. They're considered foreigners also. So, do you think that FAM should? I mean, the league should set a limit for naturalized players or naturalized players? Macam import players, only 3 in the pitch, only 2 in the pitch, something like that.
Yeah, of course. All these things it depends on the FA of Malaysia and MFL. Terms and condition in the league, and then the regulation and so on. Up to them to think. If you really think in terms of our pride in our football, something has to be done. Something has to be done.
And on that note, coach, it is a bit of a big question, but in your ideal world, how should we run the league to make it better? Like, your let's say your dream, like league setting and structure and all, how would it be run?
To me, the league should be run by a separate body, on their own. One company by their own, with all the expert there, people good in the football administration, football management, and so on. Nothing connected with the FA of national team and so on. Like what we do is that in our FAM, MFL, there are hubung kait here and then, but there should be totally a different body and so on. And then at the same time, the league, the teams, and all this, rulings and all that set by the body itself. To me, it should be a very ideal condition to run the league.
Okay.
Coach, I mean, in line with that, I mean, you have been in the game for so many years. You have played, you have coached, you're doing development also now. We want to know, I mean, what's the perfect future of Malaysian football? What's your ideal? What do you want to see happening in Malaysian football?
What I want to see is that some changes, especially in our system, especially in the league. Like we have been discussing that apart from the 5 import players, neutralized players, and so on, that really affect our national football. We can put some neutralized players, but limit here and there. Otherwise, you have, if you like our present league, there are 5 import players there, and then neutralized players there. How many quarters of local players going to have the opportunity? And then we have our development program coming in, and then with our Muqtadari Academy, and then these other programs. All the players, there are some platform for them to come in, apart from the Piala Belia, Piala President, and so on, which is not enough to me. It is not enough.
So, in terms of grassroots, what do you think should be done better? What should FAs do to ensure that we can see a pool of talents coming up in the years to come? I mean, not only we have to rely on naturalized players or mixed heritage players, but also having more depth in our team. I mean, national team.
Yes, development wise, to me, we must come back to those days. We apart from the President Cup and Belia at the moment now, we must have. I mean, if you I really surveyed. We don't have a local league anymore in all the states. Gone with the days of Dunhill League. Lepas Dunhill League, no more, because some of the state FAs doesn't get any more sponsorship here and there. So the only answer is that kita tak mampu, kita tak ada duit. Because all this while of spoon fed by Dunhill, so dia orang tak ada upaya nak cari sponsor. This already killed the game. Otherwise, to me, all the state FAs, they must run their own league and then age group here and there, so that you have more players, young players playing, so that there is where you get chances. During my playing days, at the young age, I already play in the local league. That's where you improve. So you must have more game here and there. Otherwise, it is not enough. And to me, you can see our development program. You must have a long term. When Vietnam can do, why can't we?
Why can't we? Even Indonesia is doing it now.
Yes. Many teams you can see, but to me, what impressed me is that what I read from the article that what Vietnam did during 2010, and this is how now they are harvesting what they sow. You see the senior team, how they perform, and then lately the under 23, they beat Thailand. So these are the things, already, I mean, these are the facts that are really proven. So that's why what I said just now, when Vietnam can do it, why can't we? We can do it.
I hope everyone listens to this now. Everyone.
Yeah. Why can't we? Yeah, exactly.
Okay, coach. Kita nak tanya sikit. Okay, will you come back to coaching? You know, you turned 70 this year. I mean, but you are still young. So, will you come back to coaching or take up some technical role in any team, if it's okay?
Okay, I actually after a few occasions, I experienced myself taking the team, and then with the so-called management, I I already, what shall I say? I'm really getting tired of all this. Your intention is good. You wanted to take the team. With my experience, I think we have done a lot with the late Dato' Basri in Kedah. From nowhere, we came up, and then believe it or not, it's not money that you have to spend so much to bring a team up. No? When we won the double-treble, you guys believe it or not, it's only 3.5 million. And we win all the cup in 2 years. And those days, Pahang, so-called Real Madrid of Malaysia.
Exactly.
On the star
Exactly.
players.
Yes.
When we won the double-treble, I don't have star players. The only thing the young boys playing for the national under 19, national under 23, and national senior team was Karim Muhaimin. And then that's the time that my players I took from the President Cup one by one. This is more of how we develop our players. So how we groom them and so on. Badrul Bakhtiar came in and a few some. Then later on they walked into the national team and so on. And there was a time that when those days Badrul Bakhtiar, their salary what 4,000, 5,000, 3,000, 4,000. Some young players 3,000, 4,000. That's why with 3.5 million we won everything. We have already proven. And you don't. That was the time some big names after 2007. Some big names wanted to join. I said no, I don't need all this. I don't believe in stars. I believe in building stars.
That's our code of the team, man.
That's in Kedah those days. I don't believe in stars. I don't need stars coming into my team. I can build the stars. And what they are today, Badrul Bakhtiar, Karim Muhaimin, blah blah. So these are the things. If you already you plan it, and you know how to do it. The result already proven. Then again, when you travel to all the team there, you must look at the mess. And I the coach that if you rasa lu pandai, you bawa you punya team. I go back. And then actually I'm already 69 plus. I'm still healthy. I don't have any health problem here and there. And I'm a very joyous guy. I don't think I will come back. I will be more interested in doing more of a technical director or doing some development here and there. Because my passion in football is still there.
That's great to hear.
That's good to
great.
know.
Yeah. So, coach,
to take a team, enough is enough.
Okay, so coach, we actually have another question from one of our viewers. Let me just put it up on screen. Okay, from Alcenello YY. Hi coach, which teams do you think from Liga M3 that can get promotion to the Premier League in 2023?
I think too early. The M3 just started only. Too early to send. As what I say just now, M3 is M3. Semua shop membawa team. But to sustain the league, how long can you last? After 2-3 games, after 3-4 months, you gaji pun tak boleh bayar, and you are talking about what promotion you want. So it's too early. In Malaysian football, we have to understand keadaan semasa, and I've seen that there's the history, beautiful history in our football. We have to be very aware.
Also, there's a lot of new teams in M3, right? Because the one just started like a few years back, so difficult to predict also.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, but anyway, Alcenello, thank you so much for your question. We really appreciate it. Now we're going to head to one of our traditional segments here, because it's not always that we can get someone of coach's caliber here. We're going to ask a few rapid fire questions about his football preferences and also a bit about his history. Okay, so I'm going to start off, coach. Very simple question. Your favorite player of all time?
My favorite player of all time, to me, is Johan Cruyff.
That's it. What a pick. Nice one, coach.
Very good pick.
I mean, it's obvious, but any reason why in particular?
Because of his football philosophy. During his days, there were total football. I've seen this during the 74 World Cup. You're talking about football. That is
Okay, is he the most influential player of all time, do you think? Because of
Yes.
how he's,
Yes.
fantastic.
Uh,
Next.
your most underrated player. I mean, Johan Cruyff, his stature is something else, lah. But one player that you think is not often spoken about, underrated player.
Too many lah, Vinesh.
Okay, one that is coming to your mind right now.
Can't actually pinpoint on one.
But your choice is it?
Anyone in Malaysia, coach? Maybe.
Anyone in Malaysia underrated?
Yeah.
In Malaysia, I think in the history of Kedah team in the professional league that they signed once one player from Brazil by the name of Kahe. And then
Okay.
before on arrival, he said, "You guys will thank this league for scoring goal for you guys." Ended up he had difficulty after a few games they bungkus him.
Okay, coach. Your favorite team outside Malaysia? It can be a country, it can be a club. Your favorite
To
team?
me,
Yeah.
to me, it's always Liverpool. You never walk alone.
Coach,
Coach, I'm holding my laughter because
Yes.
mereka sokong Manchester United.
During my playing days, Kevin Keegan was my idol. So from those days, so all the Liverpool greats is always in my mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Understandable. No, I have a feeling they're going to win this year, so I think they're going to catch Man City. I think Man City bungkus lah.
Yeah, they look very, very impressive.
Very, very impressive. Yeah. Okay, coach, your favorite manager, either in Malaysia, abroad, anywhere.
My favorite manager is always the late Dato' Ahmad Basri Akil. He is the best.
Any reason why again, coach?
Because he has got to me he has got ideas, and then a character that it is always two-way communication, respect each other, and then the way he managed the team is more of a family type, the bonding and so on. That really proven in Malaysian football. Under him, the double-treble with all the great, fantastic planning and so on. I do really hope in Malaysia that another Dato' Ahmad Basri will come in any of the teams.
Coach, one thing you would change about Malaysian football, just one.
Beg your pardon?
One thing you would change about Malaysian football. Satu saja.
Very hard to change. I have to be very honest.
Okay.
Okay, we move to a positive side a bit. Okay, one thing unique about Malaysian football.
Unique.
Unique.
One thing unique. Yeah, of course. You unique in the sense that
In a good way.
in a good way. I should say in a good way. When the leagues is going on running, and then in a good way that they will think the coach maybe too tired. They will rest the coach, and then they appoint a new coach to take into place. Sometimes the assistant take over. There's something very unique.
It's not in a good way, but there is one point
We
that
agree
I
on that.
agree.
Giving the head coach a rest.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, exactly. That is unique. I never thought of that, but very good coach.
Okay, I mean that's a great answer. Okay, the next one, coach. I mean, you've been in the game so long. You've been in the dressing rooms for so long. What's the strangest habit or superstition that you've seen in football lah. No need to reveal the name, but maybe the strangest habit you've seen in football.
Yes, many. You can see some foreign players. They come with their own tradition, and some local players. And then those days, you will see some teams that bagi dia orang masuk padang dulu, dari dia orang masuk padang dulu. These are the thing and so on. So basically, you see a lot, especially players. They come from African continents. There are different kind of preparation, and then all kind of. You can see their reaction and then their practice and so on. I think it's everywhere when football is concerned.
Do you have a superstition, coach?
Yeah, but then?
Do you have any superstition that you follow, fervently?
No.
No, okay.
No.
The pink baju?
The pink baju, yes. Okay, many people ask me about the pink baju. It was that one of the games that seen lately. You don't see much referee wearing black lights. They wear color shirts and so on. So one of the game I was thinking that referee tak pakai hitam, hari ni kita pakai hitam. Macam Zorro sikit, and then I all the while I wear the black jeans, so semua hitam. Suddenly tepi padang, the referee come out, dia suruh pakai hitam. So I have to wear the bib. So
Okay.
after a few games, I wear I think a yellow t-shirt because we are playing away. So away, Kedah wear green. So sekali tengok the referee wearing yellow, again pakai bib. So after 2 incidents, I was thinking that I have to choose one color yang tak boleh clash dengan referee. So one day I went to the supermarket, just an ordinary brand. Saya, you guys familiar or not? Dapper.
Yes.
Dapper. Yang I pakai tu Dapper lah. Dapper, and then buy one pink Dapper, and then go to the one store there to stitch that logo and so on. It goes on and on, and then it became, wah, kalau coach Azraai pakai pink memang on. And then there are some media, some reporters also, coach, lepas game mini season itu baju saya book. So I also passed a few, and then until today I still have one left in my house for souvenir lah. Cendera, kenangan. That is where the pink lah. For me, I'm not a superstitious guy.
Okay. Alright.
Believe in yourself is very important,
That's great.
and then believe he up there.
Yes,
Agree. Okay, guys, let me read out the discussion. It's a bit long. You have written about your incredible experience in Malaysian football. If someone were to make a movie about your career and life, which actor would you play?
Actor.
Yeah,
Which actor would play you?
which actor would play you?
I'm going to say Richard Gere lah, coach. It looks a bit like boleh ke?
Coach malu.
I think I will pick Kevin Costner.
Oh, okay.
That's a good choice as well.
Yeah, it's a very good choice. Avi, you want to take the next one?
What's the best memory you have of the double-treble success? Like, double-treble means you have had lots of, good experiences, but the one thing that you would always remember, that you would always hold on to in terms of a double-treble success?
Actually, too many. But one special one is that the year when we won the Malaysia Cup, 2008, when we complete to be declared as double-treble champion. Normally, every time when we play final, the Kedah team will check into Hotel of the Golden Horses. So after the game, normally we will have a supper with His Highness the Sultan of Kedah. And then after the supper, sitting beside him, he was meaning, congratulations, coach, for making the Kedahan proud. And you and of course the team, the whole gang will be into the history of the Kedah football, in generally in Malaysian football, and definitely everybody will know you. Let's hope that you can be with the team for some time. That was the best one directly from the king to me. That was the best experience I had.
So
I agree. It was my honor. It was my honor. It was my honor to make the Kedahan proud those days.
Coach, your success was something that many people celebrated, not just Qatarians, even Malaysians, because it's not easy to achieve that kind of success. Winning double treble 2 seasons in a row, memang mantap lah, coach. Tapi spring, coach.
Actually, it's my point of seeing things that how I got this. Being a player, I think I played for Kedah sometime, and being a captain and being a national player and so on. So I always think that I'm one of the good players that in Kedah. And then after becoming a coach, my first success was 1991. I came into KFA 1990, being assistant coach to Wan Hamid in the Sukma, and then second year he got promoted to Kajang. He was a prison officer. So I was being appointed as the head coach of the President Cup team. So that was the first time, 1991, Kedah became champion in the history of President Cup for the first time. Then later on, that I used some Maksak tournament here and there, became champion and so on. And then 91, when we became President Cup champion, it so happened the first team relegated to Division 2. So 92, Robert Albert came in. So I was appointed to assist Robert Albert, 92, 93, for 2 years. So from there, the senior team did well. We became the second division champion. And then Malaysia Cup lost in the final to Pahang. And then 93, we became Super League champion, Division 1 champion, and Malaysia Cup champion. Then after that, I was thinking, Robert left in 1995 because once FAM said no foreign coach in Malaysia. So he went to Home United in Singapore and so on. Then I was thinking that being his assistant and then I served the Kedah and so on, maybe I would be given a chance. But there was no. Somebody came in and so on. And then after that, many times in Kedah, especially end of the season, my name came up, but it lasts only 2-3 weeks. Then later on, some new coaches come in, even some coach junior than me coming in, and so I keep on asking myself, am I not good enough? Am I not good enough? Or maybe because of my skin. You sometimes you tend to think that way, negative because I'm something I'm not. So that go on and on. Every now and then the name pop up, but then 2-3 weeks, habis. And then until now I think at one stage I was thinking that I don't have any chance to take the M League and so on. But that time I was still working with the TNB, So I was posted to Kelantan in 2002 to take the Kelantan TNB team in the Division 2. M League. So that was a golden opportunity for me, at least to feel of the league and so on. And then after one season in Kelantan, I was transferred back again to Kulim TNB there. I was there 1 year. And in 2004, while I was in Kulim, I was coaching some local club. They call the Ansel.
Ansel, okay.
That's where our captain, Victor Andra, was my captain there. So in 2004, I think was 18th of August, I received a phone call. I came back from my site, working site. I came back, my office operator said there was somebody call you, but the name of at the end Re or something like that. I said, what Re? He said some Dato. Oh, Re mean Dato Basri kot. Ah, yeah. He said he's coming. He's calling back at 2 p.m. So at 2 p.m. I was in the office on full call. Came in, ring, and then hello, Muhammad Azraai Khor, alias he put alias Khor Sekling, my former name. How are you? I am fine, Dato. Hey, I need your help. So I asked him, how can the people like me help you? He
Okay.
said, okay. Joke aside, saya baru sudah balik daripada istana baru menghadap Tuanku. First Tuanku was number one fan in Kedah. No? He's very passionate about football. Setelah menghadap Tuanku suruh saya ambil alih team management and so on. They have already came to an agreement with the Brazilian coach Miradina, the former World Cup player who played for first English player to play for Newcastle. Yes. So we have already agreed with the termination clause and so on. He agreed to step down. So I mentioned your name to Tuanku, and Tuanku personally he knows you as a player. He said, okay, can you do the job? So now I'm asking you, are you ready? So I told him, I am ever ready. And then I waited, actually in my heart that I waited so long, man. And then if that's the case, you come over to Al-Astar now. I said, hey, I'm working, Datuk. Now go and tell your boss. Panggilan state government. So I met my boss and then drive down. So the way it started, and then with all the arrangement and so on. To me, from like what I told you guys many times, your name pop up, people come in, of course, I give him give to our people here and there, pam. That is maybe what I think is your rezeki, Avinish. Your rezeki, and then people rampas you your rezeki here and there. Maybe when I took the team, he up there saying, oh, ini banyak kali you punya rezeki orang sudah ambil, ini sekarang I nak bagi you selungguh, lump sum you ambil. That's what I believe until today lah. Because it's not easy, to win one cup also is not easy. You see some teams they keep on winning, but to win the treble is not easy. Kelantan did one, but then not double. But this one continuously. When with the players that I have, young players, when we won the double treble, 80% of the boys were all under 21. And that time already majority, some already in the national team and so on. These are the things, and then of course, a lot of hard work, a lot of ideas here and there, what to do and so on. But to me, you work honestly, he is there. He sees everything. That's why what I believe lah. What people say, how you know, is he is the one who decides, the mighty one.
Yeah, you're right. Coach, just to put a full stop on that lah. Okay, so let's cut out all the debate. Let's selesaikan semua thing. Is the double treble the greatest achievement in Malaysian football? Yes or no?
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
Right.
Of course.
Of course. Okay. No other arguments necessary. Okay, Coach. Before we finish this round, there was actually another question from a viewer. It's something actually Avinash has written on this very nicely. A wonderful article. What's your opinion on racism in Malaysian football? It's a tough question, obviously, but we appreciate any insight from you.
Racism.
Yeah.
Racism.
Beg your pardon?
Racism in Malaysian football.
Your opinion.
Oh. What should I say?
It's a tough question.
It is a tough question. I mean,
Tough. Racism is in the dark. In the dark, it is still there, of course.
Okay.
It is still there. And then as long as I'm concerned, especially in the Kedah team during my days, when Dato' Basri is concerned, I think he is colorblind. He himself, I'm colorblind. Don't come and tell me what colors. And then that's why you see in Kedah team during his management, once upon a time, 5 or 6 Chinese boys there, Indian boys there, everywhere. So it's like that. And then some still occur. And then you can see some players in the team there, you can never see some other races in their team and so on. It occurs even internationally, even in the big leagues there, it still happens. So I have to be honest that it still exists, but it's how you handle it and then how the particular people involved there, take it positively. You have to, you must have a lot of self-motivation to overcome this kind of thing and then to move on.
Okay. Coach, thank you so much for answering that question. Thank you to James as well for asking that question. And it's been an hour, Coach. I think all three of us and all our viewers just want to thank you so much for joining us. It's been a really fantastic hour. Again, we appreciate the fact that you would sit down with the three of us.
Welcome. My pleasure.
Okay. Once again, before we wrap up today's episode, we just want to remind everyone to follow us on all our social media. Can you imagine we may have Coach back again? We would love to have you back another time. If kalau Coach Sudi, we are
sure, no problem. I'm always available.
Always available.
Always available.
Fantastic. Okay, so just before we wrap up, thank you all again for watching. Stay safe. Keep yourself masked and vaccinated and boosted. And hope to see you next week. Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Okay, good night.
Good night.